I work at a grocery store and we are normally open 18 hours a day. I normally work nights because I prefer it. So I'm always part of the closing shift. Anyways, today on Christmas Eve, like an hour ago, we closed. We normally closed at midnight, but we closed today at 10 p.m. We had 40 people in the store at 9:45. So we were forced to lock the doors at 9:50. I was outside gathering all the carts and my god, so many people were coming in the last 10 minutes and fighting with my manager over the fact we closed the door early. This normally always happens at midnight. People coming at 11:55 and we deny them. What made tonight different is just the number of people cussing and trying to force their way in. It got to the point where customers starting fighting with each other. The customers that defended us and the ones that were complaining. We want to go home, it's Christmas Eve. We literally were open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Why come at 9:55 and fight us about it? Anyways, I didn't end up leaving until 10:45 and my managers are still there closing everything. People have no idea what we actually go through. It's ridiculous. People see the closing time and take it as a personal challenge to come a few minutes before. One retail place I worked at, I liked the bosses. They closed every holiday. They felt being with family was more important. So one holiday that was coming up, for the weeks prior, we had signs posted indicating our hours and we'd be closed the holiday. After the holiday was done, I came in the next day, and saw a voicemail was left on the phone. I pick it up, and a woman asked this exact thing. "Hello. I'm phoning to see if you are open today. If you could call me back and let me know if you are or not, that would be great. My number is..." The timestamp said she phoned roughly around early afternoon. Needless to say, I didn't phone her back. Haha. I try really hard to remember all the good moments, especially on days like these. I'm new to retail management and like everyone else, we're operating on a skeleton staff while the owner expects us to do the same level of sales as years past when we had 4 times the employees. I've worked 18-hour days. No, I'm not exaggerating, but I suspect everyone here has had the same kind of schedule, for the last 2 weeks. We closed early today for Christmas Eve, and sure enough, as I was finally locking the doors to take my little girl Christmas shopping, a woman comes blazing up in her Mercedes. "Excuse me," she simpered, "but don't tell me you're closed. I need a bunch of desserts." I'm standing right in front of the sign on the door which displays our holiday hours. I awkwardly point to it and smile. "I'm terribly sorry, but we are closed." "Oh, it'll just take me a minute, and..." "I'm terribly sorry, but we are closed. The registers are closed for the day and there is no product to sell." Once she realizes her smarmy smile isn't getting her anywhere, she snarls, "I checked your website and it says you're open till 8 p.m. I know this is a lie because I'm the one who updated the website with our holiday hours a month ago. I'm terribly sorry, I repeat, but we are closed, and..." She gets the crazy eyes and in front of my daughter screams, "You will be available to serve me." This is such an odd statement that I numbly apologize again and back toward my car with my daughter behind me, while she's still screaming at me. F_KUD_H. You ruined our Christmas dinner. My daughter was silent as we pulled out of the parking lot and finally said in a small voice, that made me so sad. This woman called me the B word because I wouldn't open everything back up to sell her a dessert. On Christmas Eve. In front of my little girl. A very funny and short story. Where I used to work, they sold this type of topping sauce called Hot Mama's Drizzlers. I loved the stuff, and decided one day to look up the company to see what other flavors they offered. So at the customer service counter, 2 other workers were next to me doing their work, and I unfortunately typed into Google the brand name only, which was Hot Mama's. I looked away for a moment after I hit search to check something else, when one of my co-workers said, "Hop. You may want to redo the search." I looked back at the monitor, which, as you can probably guess, the screen was filled with images that were not work-friendly. I quickly closed the page, with my co-workers already laughing and teasing me. A funny story that should make everyone laugh. So I work in a phone, Wi-Fi provider shop. We set people up with contracts and phones. Customers have accounts with us and we can check when they're due upgrades, add to their bundles and check bills. One rule is for data protection: only the account holder and authorized users are allowed any access to the account. We can check if someone is authorized on someone else's account, but if they're not, we can't do anything. This is important later. Authorized user will be shortened to AU for this. So I'm praying for a 4 p.m. close instead of a 5 p.m. when a man comes in and demands I pull up his wife's account so he can see if he's due any upgrades. I pull it up and check if she has any husband registered as an AU. She doesn't. So I say sorry, but she'll have to come in herself as she's the only one authorized. You are not an authorized user, and he gets mad. He calls it bullshit and accuses me of being racist towards him and says he's calling the cops and his wife. He leaves to do so and leaves them all. The shop is in completely. I leave a note on the account to say data protection authorization, DPA, failed. Around 5 minutes to 4 we get a message to say close up, so I pull stuff in and pull down the shutter to below my shoulder as we are required. I'm quite short, so it's down a lot. Do the routine, put stuff away and clock out. Alarm on, lights off, I'm out. Pull shutter all the way down and skip out. And who passes me as I do? Our little friend. He looks super offended and goes to another phone shop in the mall to whine and get a phone. Anyways, Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Here's to some time off. Enjoy.